Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Mental Health Mondays with my awesome host, Maddie, Mattisfaction over here, and I am your friend, Sharif. We just want to let you know before we get into it that we are not medical professionals. We are just regular Joes who are sharing our stories with you guys. And we're trying to help and share stories from people within the community, and we hope to help people and maybe they just won't feel a little bit alone. But also know, if you're having any problems and need some help, please either dial 988 or seek medical help as soon as possible. Please be well and remember that people love you. So, Maddie, it's just the two of us this week.
Just the two of us. Just the two of us. So we thought last week we talked about the forever sleep.
Yeah.
So we kind of wanted to wind down a little bit. We've had some really good discussions. We had, the forever sleep, anxiety, the marriage,
Yep.
and now we're just doing a check in. Just going to talk about a couple things and, just see where it goes.
Yeah.
How are you doing, Sharif?
Doing good. I'm a mixture of doing really, really good and also being fairly stressed out about like the Mangana Steel stuff. So like on the whole, I can't complain because it's a good stress.
Yeah.
But it's in the grand scheme of things, I'm definitely staying very positive and very like happy to be in the situation I'm in. What about you, man? How you doing?
I've been doing all right. Lots of stress. And,
Yeah.
but the community is, they're rallying around all this stuff. And it's bringing me a lot of joy. I haven't replied to the comments. I've just been kind of letting them stew for a little while.
Yeah.
But I'm going to start replying now. But it's been really awesome seeing people's they're kind of putting their own little stories in there, little snippets, and it's just awesome seeing everyone talk about how hearing somebody's story is helping them through what they're going through because they can relate, and it
Yeah.
just it solidifies what this is all about,
Dude.
giving someone a place to talk and hopefully help deal with whatever it is you're struggling with.
I know I've been reading the comments myself and been throwing in some likes and stuff. I too have not been responding just because wanted to kind of let things stew, let things build a little bit. But the outpouring of support from the community is really it's funny because I think the two of us would be doing this without any sort of validation because we
Hmm.
see the value in it. But it's really nice to get the feedback that says like, okay, you guys are putting something good out into the world.
Yeah. I do want to say I apologize for the ads. It was pointed out today, this Monday, that they were struggling with ads in there. I had no idea.
Oh,
I
okay.
use YouTube Premium, so there is no ads. So I turned everything off.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay.
hopefully there will be no more ads. Because like Dopey, he was saying, like my hands are covered in oil. I can't push the skip button. So
Oh,
he's
yeah.
missing like 2 minutes because he's listening to like about yogurt or something.
I was about to make a suggestion for like how to defeat the ads, but then I also realized like it doesn't help if you're on mobile, you know? So
Yeah.
yeah, no, I get that. You know what you could do is you could still do ads, but you could get rid of the mid-roll ones, which are the middle of the video kind of.
It didn't let me.
Oh, okay.
Those options are grayed out. So all the ads
Mm,
should be gone.
okay. No,
Yeah.
that makes Dude, I appreciate that because then that makes this even more kind of like out of the goodness of your own heart kind of deal because it's
I,
not like you're trying to like profit off of it, you know? It's just
I didn't even realize the monetization was on because I didn't set them. That
oh.
dopey hit me today. Like, could you do something about the ads? And I was like, oh, okay, fixed it.
Oh, Dopey, we love you, man.
But that's all I'll say about that. There should be no more.
That's
But I
cool.
do want to say that we're looking for more guests. A lot of
Yeah.
people have said they wanted to be on, and right now we've been filming late at night. Monday is our time, which I
Yeah.
know for some people doesn't work. So let us know what will for you, and definitely let us know if you want to come on, share your story. We're looking for all types. It doesn't even have to be any like negative stories. It could be
It's
positive.
true.
Some of your successes you've had.
Yeah, absolutely. Like that's you know what? Like knowing that people are going through the rough times is important, but also knowing how they navigated through it and got through to the good times
Yes.
is also really, really important, you know? Um, like I know for me, the thing that I learned that's most important about getting through the rough times into the good times is small wins, you
Yeah.
know? Small, tiny accomplishments. And if you can build from one tiny accomplishment to the next thing you know, you're doing bigger and bigger things that you never thought you'd be able to do, you know?
Just
So
like in What About Bob? Baby steps, Bob.
damn straight, man. Like it's really funny, but the thing that I realized, like becoming an adult, is a lot of the cliches are cliches for a reason. It's just nobody explains how those cliches are meaningful in your personal life and life experience. You know, so like baby steps make sense, but if you hear it like, hey, the way to navigate from, you know, like being depressed and, being really like hopeless to getting to a place that's good is baby steps, then it doesn't quite click for you. You just hear the phrase.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It makes a lot of sense.
yeah, yeah. But
I would
dude,
like to talk about two things that happened to me over the weekend
oh, okay.
that kind of hit me hard. So the first was Joe, Mr. Lancelot Leather, messaged me
Hmm.
and he was like, "What's going on?" And I was like, "What do you mean?" And he said, "You're usually positive to a fault. Why all the hate on Rosecraft? The knife company."
Yeah.
I was like, "Well, I just don't like them." And he was like, "Yeah, it's one thing to not like them, but it's another thing to like say you're gonna light them on fire." And another member of the community like took his apart and changed the scales, and he was proud of it. And I was like, "Light it on fire." And he's like, "Why would you say that?"
Yeah.
And so it got me like, "You're right. You're right." So I appreciated Joe bringing me back because I wasn't just disliking the knife. I was like hating on it.
Yeah. Yeah,
So,
yeah.
and then the other thing is there's a video out, and one of the comments was directed towards me without naming me, but it said, a person's only as good as their word. And I
Mhm.
realized, I promised him something, I never delivered.
Ah.
So I messaged him and I was like, let me make it up to you. And it kicked my butt in gear. So in our Discord, I apologized to everybody and
Yeah.
I started upholding my end of the deal. But
No, that's good. Sometimes we need checks like that,
we do.
for sure.
I appreciated them. It
Yeah.
hurts at the time. Like, dang, you
Not
read it and then
comfortable. Yeah.
you get that feeling in your body like, oh, I
Mhm.
screwed up. And you don't even realize it. You're just rolling with it. And then someone sits you down and is like, hey, you're being an idiot. And I needed that.
I think it, but also the thing that I think is important for both sides, both you and the person who's offering a bit of criticism, is to realize the humanity, that's in the middle of that too, you know? Like, hey, cut yourself a little bit of slack in the sense that, like, okay, yeah, sometimes things slip by, because especially you've got kids, you've got family, you've got work, you got, the lives, you got all of this stuff like on your plate. But at the same time, yeah, you want to deliver on the things you say
Yeah.
you're going to deliver on,
And see
and
there,
then
there
mhm,
I would have to disagree with you in my case on that
okay,
because only because my deal was my stickers. You know, I'm notorious for not sending out my stickers. It takes no time to put one in here, write a name down, and put it in the mailbox.
fair.
I was just lazy. Kids weren't in my way. Life wasn't in my way. It was on me. I
No,
just, for whatever reason, I still don't know. I just couldn't take one of these, put it into here, and walk to my front yard.
well, see, and then I'll take that and say, then that's awesome of you for recognize your shortcoming and
Yeah,
taking responsibility for it. Because that's the difference between a man and a boy, is saying like, yo, okay, I fucked up, I got lazy, I got
yeah.
complacent, I'm gonna take responsibility,
I needed that slap in the face. I appreciate it. You guys know who you are.
dude.
I appreciate it. So, that's what I like about this community. Like, they'll call you out now. I
Yeah,
think people are starting to see, like, we're not going to put up with this crap anymore.
yeah,
So they're starting to vocalize more. And, other people being louder than others is
yeah.
kind of helping give the more quiet ones a bit more of a voice.
Fair. I guess the my original comments come from a place of like, like okay, like me personally, I cut no slack for people like Leon Ma, right? You know, I'm not talking about people like him, but I'm talking about like others who were so today's culture is so keen on calling out and being kind of like a warrior for
Yeah,
justice and fairness, that we sometimes forget like there's another human being going through human being stuff on the other side of things,
that's true.
so I kind of wanted to temper that a little bit, but in this case, like I props to you, man,
It,
really.
it was on me.
Yeah.
There's no excuses. That's why I had to cut you off and be like,
Yeah,
no, I cannot blame the kids. I cannot blame life, work,
yeah.
nothing. I mean, there's days where I just sit here and I watch like YouTube. I
I
mean,
dude,
that's time that could be spent filling this. you know,
true. Very true. Very true.
it's
No,
me.
I got you, man. No, and like I said, I respect it. I respect for owning up to it,
Yeah,
for sure.
it was a good wake up call, and I appreciated it. And it helped me realize that I am getting a little less anxious because previous me would have just shut down. I would
Mm,
have disappeared for days off
yeah,
of the internet. But instead, I was able to, thanks to everyone here, I was able to hop on Discord and be like, I am so sorry. I messed
dude.
with people. That wouldn't have happened before.
That
But it's
is
all thanks to
actually
people here.
that is a massive, massive sign of growth, by the way, because part of like ADD, right,
Yeah.
is shame, and it's not talked about a lot, but you feel tremendous shame for not doing certain things or not being like everybody else, or you know what I mean. You look at neurotypical people that seem to be able to fulfill everything that they say they're going to fulfill, and you're kind of like, oh, why am I not like them? So like shame is a huge part, and
Yeah.
shame the relationship between like ADD and depression is shame can bring you down into that depression where you want to recede from society because of your own perceived failings. So like for you not to transition directly into that is tremendous growth, you
Yeah.
know? That's let's all have a moment, a little golf clap for Maddie, man. Like
No,
appreciate that, dude.
no. I just wanted to thank, you know, everybody here listening and watching. It's it's thanks to you guys. This channel has been a blessing for me,
Dude, that's
getting out of
awesome.
my anxiety a little bit. It's definitely helping.
That's huge, man. I love to hear that. I really love to hear that. Like, I'll tell you honestly, like doing this stuff is helping me too. It's helping me be accountable and saying like my version of this stuff is I tend to be a lone wolf, like a lot, you know. I work from home. I'm
Yeah,
generally mostly accountable to myself, you know. Uh, I I'm not married. I don't have children, so it's not like I have people who are like depending on me, significantly. I'm kind of allowed to be a solo operator in life, and I can tell you that's not a healthy way of living your life perpetually. It's not, you know. So I can definitely say like interacting with all of you guys and kind of being accountable to say like, okay, we're going to do this recording, or I'm working on bringing this thing to market, but I need to interact with the public and get their feedback and get their approval for some of the moves that I'm doing is
yeah.
really taking me out of my comfort zone in a big way, and I think it's for the better.
It sounds like it.
It's not easy. I'll be 100% honest. I'm so used to doing things to my own requirements and my own standards, and it's kind of like, well, if you don't like it, screw off. But like, I can't do that.
You kind of have to cater to people like me.
Hey, I there are much worse people that I could be being accountable to, man. You're an awesome homie, dude, for sure.
Well, I'm glad it's helping you come out of your lone wolf shell there.
Yeah, man. It's and that's something even that I'd love for us to spend an episode talking about is kind of like one of the things that I've always been kind of fascinated about is um like social isolation and the kind of personalities that it builds, you know? Like for me, I was an only child. My parents were not around like a huge amount when I was a kid because they both had to work, like a lot in order for us to get. My parents immigrated here, so they had to work a lot to get kind of reestablished in a foreign country, you know. Um, and so uh, I learned how to be kind of self-reliant and introverted and provide my own entertainment for myself. And then, you know, that just kind of perpetuated through school. Like I was always the guy that was friends with everybody, but not tight with anybody in particular. Like everybody knew me, but very few people knew me, you know?
I get
So and I've always operated that way, on some level. So like even opening up to people and telling them like there's a CIA former CIA operator that said you have like three lives. You have your public life, your private life, and your secret life.
that. Mm,
Very, very few people really got into the private and the secret life for me. You know, I'm very good at the public life stuff. That's easy for me, but that's also part of the ADD chameleoning kind of thing. You know, so
okay.
Yeah, I think that I would be curious to see if there's other people who are going through that or who have like some degree of that experience, in their life. Love to chat with some people about that at some point in time.
Katie might chat with you about that.
Yeah.
She's an only child, and she kind of had to entertain herself too, and she moved around a lot, so she never got to like make best friends.
Mm-hmm. Was Katie whether her parents in the army or just situation that moved them around?
Mm, just moving around.
Okay.
I don't think it was military.
Okay.
She's asleep, otherwise I'd ask her. But yeah, I don't think so. I think it's just moving around a lot.
hmm It's funny because that happened to me too. Like I went through three different schools between kindergarten, junior high, and high school. Or no, four. Sorry, between kindergarten, primary school, junior high, and high school. We're like four different schools. And it
See,
was just circumstances,
I kind of did the same too because both my parents were in the Navy, so we
There you
moved.
go.
We moved a bit.
Yeah, that'll do it for sure. That'll definitely do it. So yeah, I'm curious to see if anybody had similar experiences and how that affected their outlook and their sort of perspective on life. You know, um,
That would be a very good topic because usually, as a lone wolf, you kind of deal with all your problems yourself. You don't rely on anyone.
yeah,
So
and it's not healthy.
yeah, you tend to not trust other people or you don't want to burden them.
Yep, the burdening's definitely a big factor for sure. You
That would
know,
be a very good topic.
dude.
Um,
And
oh, sorry. Go ahead.
no, I was gonna say, what else has been on your mind lately?
Well, I was gonna say, I think Sharif and I are going to do a live stream at some point
Yep.
instead of a pre-recorded video like this. We're gonna do a live stream one of these Mondays, which means I have to not work and he has to wake up. We'll see. Maybe Memorial Day weekend or something. I don't know. Which would be next week from this video. But we'll see. I
Yeah.
think a live stream would be fun. We could do like a Q&A or, we can interact better with people who are watching.
Yeah, definitely. I'm would be excited to kind of do a Q&A, a bounce kind of things back and forth discussion live.
Have some live guests come on.
Yeah, absolutely.
That would be pretty neat.
Oh, absolutely.
If you would like to be a guest, though, let us know. Message me or Sharif or put it in the comments. Also, in the comments today, put success stories you've had, maybe
Yes.
throughout the week or just in general, and what kind of steps you took to get to that point.
Oh, I like that. I like that. Like, what was your success story of the week?
Yeah, success story of the week. We should do that. Make it a thing.
Yeah, I think we should. I dig that. That's a nice way to bring some positivity to like the
Yeah,
comment section, you know?
it's good to have all the heavy topics that we've been having, but it's
Yes.
good to mix in some positivity, show that some people are doing better thanks to you guys.
Yes.
I know I personally am, as I've already explained, and sounds like Sharif here is. And
Yeah, man. Progressing.
I've received a few messages from people who tell me that they're doing a little better.
Dude, I think that's I think that's important for us like as a community, like to share our wins, not just what we've struggled through, because there is that camaraderie through that. There's no question about that. But if we share our wins, we can also celebrate one another's wins as well. You
Yes,
know, and I think that's equally as important. You know,
it is.
it's we don't want to be just comrades in misery, but comrades in joy as well.
Ride the highs and the lows together.
Agreed. 100% agreed. Yeah,
Mm.
man. Speaking of which, fingers crossed, I'm gonna go see Amish Girl tomorrow.
Maybe you won't be a lone wolf after this.
we shall see if she likes this round belly.
Oh, Sharif. Well, you want to wind us out?
Yeah, man. As usual, really, we appreciate you guys stomping in, checking in on us on these Mental Health Mondays. If you guys are new here, please make sure you hit the subscribe button, like the video, turn on all notifications, all of that usual YouTuber goodness. And as Maddie said, he turned off ads. So you're going to be getting this ad free, which is amazing, you know?
Yeah, sorry
So,
about it. I had no idea.
no worries. No worries, man. But thank you for joining us. We appreciate you coming in and checking in, seeing how we're doing this week. And we hope that you guys will be guests in the near future.
Yeah.
Any final words, Maddie?
Um, no, just have a good week. Try to climb that staircase to maybe a success story this week. I hope everyone has just at the very least, a little victory this week.
Hell yeah.
But if you can have a huge victory, that's equally as awesome.
Even better. For sure, man.
Just
Alrighty, guys.
baby steps.
Yes. Please be well. And remember, people love you.